Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of the Lorax. I'm really excited to keep reading, so let's go ahead. I'm going to reread the last page that we left off on. I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Be quiet if you please. I rushed across the room and in no time at all built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Wensler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road to North Niche. Turn left at Weehawken. Sharp right at South Stitch. This says Thneeds. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Wensler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting thneeds, just as busy as beads, to the sound of the chopping of truffula trees. So remember, they're making thneeds, which is really cool and a good thing, but they have to chop down the really pretty truffula trees, these cool trees right here, in order to make the thneeds. Now, just something to think about, it's kind of like how we have to chop down our trees in order to make what? What do we make with our trees? Paper, okay? Ooh. Then, oh baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now, chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees at one smacker. We were making thneeds 4 times as fast as before. And that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. So now it wasn't enough for him to just chop 1 tree at a time. Now he has to chop 4 trees at a time. So he's starting to get a little bit more greedy. This says, the Wensler in chief, private. But the next week he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please, 4 at a time. But I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots, who played in the shade in their barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffula fruits. Do you think they can do that anymore? Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffalo fruit to go round. And my poor barbaloots are getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They look so sad. So, because they're chopping down all the truffula trees, a lot of creatures are being affected. It's kind of sad. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. I, the Wensler, felt sad as I watched them all go, but business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. So the Wensler doesn't really care. I meant no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads of the thneeds I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more thneeds, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. So what do you think that the Wensler really wants the most? Do you think he cares more about the creatures or do you think he cares more about the money? Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and he snuffed, he snargled, he sniffed. Wensler, he cried with a crufulous croak. Wensler, you're making such smogulous smoke. My poor swami swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat. So at first, our little friends had to leave. Hang on, let me find them. It's so sad. Look, they had to go, and now the swans can't sing because of all the smog. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month, or a year to escape from the smog you've smogged up around here. What's more, snapped the Lorax. His dander was up. Let me say a few words about gluppity-glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making gluppity-glup, also schloppity-schlop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you. You dirty old Onceler man, you. So the Lorax doesn't really like the Onceler that much right now. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary. So look what the Onceler's doing to this land that used to be so beautiful. It used to look, let's go back and find it, like this. It used to be so beautiful, but then the Onceler got super greedy and now it looks like this. It's sad, and all the creatures have to go. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, now listen here, Dad, all you do is yap, yap, and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring and biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffula trees into thneeds, which everyone needs. So the Onceler is not giving up. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. You can see all the stumps of the truffula trees. And there's the very last one. No more trees, no more thneeds, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smuggered stars. Now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. So the Onceler's family and everybody all left. They're leaving in the cars that say, you need a thneed, because they don't have anywhere to go. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. So now even the Lorax is gone. And all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all my heart. But now, says the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Onceler. He lets something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds. And truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula, treat it with care. Give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back. The end. I hope that you guys enjoyed the Lorax just as much as I do, and I will see you again with a different story. Bye.